What's poppin', everybody? It's your boy BALLINAIN'TEZZY. I'm back with another banger video, and today
Jay,
Vic, are going to be giving our out of theater because we just got back home to see Supergirl, and we are giving our out of theater, review. We're going to give our honest opinion about the movie. This is a spoiler warning because I don't think I can talk about the movie without talking about what I've seen in the movie. And so this is a spoiler warning. So before we get into it, if you guys haven't seen the movie yet, pause the video and come back after you see the film. Then it will just make more sense, and I don't want to spoil anything. You guys have been warned. With that being said, I'm going to let Jalen Vikram kick it off. What do you guys think about Supergirl?
I thought the movie was pretty good. I thought it was better than a lot of people were expecting or talking about it. Being a lot of people said it was bad.
Mm-hmm. And we are going to put it out there, we have not read the Woman of Tomorrow comic book yet, but regardless, I still feel like that, for me, in my opinion, it's just it depends on what type of comic book we're talking about or whatever that you want to take inspiration from. I don't think it should be a full-on, it should affect how the movie should be, if that makes sense or whatever. It's just even if I'm going to read the Supergirl One of Tomorrow comic books, I don't know if you guys are going to read it, if you guys might. But I still think I'm going to enjoy this movie regardless. I still think I would have enjoyed this movie regardless if I read it before I seen this movie. But I enjoyed the movie as well. Vikram?
No, honestly, it was a really fun time. I enjoyed Superman, and I went to this one completely blind, like I did with Superman. No trailers, no nothing. And it's just a good time, really.
Yeah.
Did you guys have a good time?
I really enjoyed it. I will admit, it did feel, like I told Jalen and Vikram, it felt it felt like a very quick movie. It almost as if it was that Marvel special presentation type of thing, with the Punisher, One Last Kill. It was, you could I just feel like they could have added a little bit more, and that's why, that's one of the things that I was afraid of before I went to go see this movie, because it was just with them cutting scenes and stuff from the movie and all that, I knew it was going to make the movie feel very short and feel very rushed, and that's one of the things I was afraid of. But I was also afraid of not liking this movie and just leaving theaters upset. But I was not upset. I was on the edge of my seat. I was excited for all the fight scenes, and I was excited to see David Cornswell make cameos as Superman in the film. I was okay expecting Lois to kind of do a cameo or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Even though they never said anything, I was expecting that. I thought that Lois was going to make a little cameo in the movie too, but she didn't. Millie Alcott crushed the role as Supergirl. Jason Momoa crushed the role as Lobo, and this was a really great movie. Now, Jalen and Vikram was talking about, the CGI, it could have been a little bit better. Vikram was with Crypto, and I honestly agree.
Body in some scenes,
just a little bit.
The space scenes could have been a little better. Some of the flying scenes. There was one flying scene that I saw. I was like, okay. At
first, I kind of questioned whether or not they use AI in some of these scenes or whatever. I just kind of, because AI is taking over everything nowadays, so commercials and all that. I did like the fact that they were showing hand-to-hand combat or whatever instead of just because I feel like when you have these superheroes with all these godlike abilities, they think that they don't really need special, cool butt-kicking moves or whatever in order to get the job done. They just need their laser eyes and stuff, and that's it. But I feel like you should rely on everything that you should know how to fight, because you never know. One day you might lose your powers, and you might just have to beat somebody up.
Yeah, basically like Homelander.
But yeah, that was what I was saying. The finale of The Boys. The Homelander got his mind handed to him by the Butcher, and it's why? Because he didn't know hand-to-hand combat. Superman Returns. He got his mind handed to him. Why? Because he didn't know hand-to-hand combat.
He also got stabbed in the side, though.
I feel like he could have. Me personally, I felt like he could have deflected that or whatever. He could have just did that little.
It was a backstab.
When people have you at the neck like Lex Luthor did, they can do a counter move on that?
He grabbed him by the neck and then backstabbed him.
I feel like he could have caught it and he could have
He also got beat up by a bunch of guys.
But he wouldn't have had to do that. He could have just got up and literally started kicking their butt. He was just crawling.
The freaking plant was made out of rocks. Kryptonite.
Yeah, he's at a major disadvantage.
Listen, me personally, I would have worked through the pain, because it's either it's live or die, bro. It's I gotta fight for my life. I'm just saying.
Super cancer?
Super cancer? Bro, whatever. Bro, whatever. But other than that, I was just saying, this, the villain of the film, I was expecting him. I was low-key expecting them to put up more of a fight with Supergirl. Like I was expecting like this big final battle scene, but that didn't happen. He was more of a one and done. He was a one and done character or whatever, and I was just like, it was not a big deal. I was surprised that she did kill him.
I think the villain is probably going to be a forgettable villain. Honestly.
He will be. He is not probably will be a forgettable villain. You know what I'm saying? If anything, I was expecting her and Lobo to have little fights.
Yeah, I was kind of
a confrontation
expecting
of some
Lobo to be more of a villainous role, but honestly, looking at some of the comics and the animated shows and stuff, like Lobo's kind of more of an anti-hero. Like he's like more only cares about himself and anybody that gets in his way.
He's just doing whatever. He's just basically living. He's basically living his life. His he's making money by taking lives or whatever, and that's basically how his lifestyle is.
A less funny Deadpool.
A less funny Deadpool because he knows how to mess people up for money. Because he knows how to beat people up for money. So it was just like, but other than that, I'd say if you honestly, I like to rate this movie from like 1 to 10. I'd give it probably like an 8. Probably. Yeah, I just feel like. Huh?
That high? I'm rating an 8. What are you rating it? 7.
Because at the end of the day, I like the hand-to-hand combat because that's what I wanted to see out of powerful superheroes like that. I got to see that. I got to see that, Supergirl is not just this person that just cares about herself. You can clearly tell that she has a good heart, but she's just also trying to just work through the fact that everything and everyone that she loves and cares about is gone. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just like,
I will say the backstory was pretty good.
She does kind of, in a way, she kind of feels like relatable because she is 20. They made it clear that she's 23 years old in this movie.
Didn't think she was that young, but okay.
She looked like she was 19, in my opinion. I feel like she could. I don't know. In my opinion, if I had to guess how old Supergirl would be in this film, I would. 25. He said if he had to guess, it would be like 25 or 26. But I don't know. She kind of felt like she was relatable in some sorts because it's like. She kind of gave off like this rebellious, on my own teenager type of thing, but also just trying to figure out like how to grow up in some sorts. Because she was drinking and all that stuff, but she was doing she was making like saying things that young people would say, and I don't know. It was just like back and forth, but she did kind of feel like this relatable character, and I really. Like the chemistry that she had between her dog because it's like she's like you're all I have left, you cannot give up on me. The trying to figure out like what home and stuff was, and then she just comes to like this realization that home is like on Earth, and like hey, I need to adjust. It was very good. It is very unexpected that how it's because Kara's family is why does it keep doing that? That Kara's family or whatever is basically like
maybe just stay up there so it doesn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, and for me, it was like with Kara's family being like originally Kara's family is like the bad guy. Their family are bad people, and Kal-El's family they're evil. Or no, Kal-El's family are good people. But in this new universe that James Gunn has created, is vice versa, and Superman's family is evil. And now Supergirl's family are the good guys because in this film, they said, use your powers to protect those that can't protect themselves. In Superman, they was like, when you, rule this earth or whatever and have these people worship you and stuff like a god and everything. And I'm just like, what in the world are we talking about here? But, I mean, what it is what it is. I'm just glad, I'm happy for James Gunn, I'm saying that he has this opportunity, to do what he's doing with the DCU. I think he does need to pick up the pace and he do, like the YouTubers are saying, he does need to wake up a little bit. Cause,
he doesn't need to pick up the pace. I feel like that's the problem, is that they're
moving way too fast.
think about Marvel, think about Marvel, because after Endgame, we kind of started getting like rapid fire projects, and it was like way too much.
Okay, you are right.
To keep track with. So I think he needs to. He's at a good pace right now. Like right now, they're just doing 1 movie per year. Oh, well, I guess there's 2 because Clayface is coming out.
Right.
And then they're doing a couple TV shows, which I think is a good pace. But I just think he needs to, lock in. Like
He does need lock in. I think that the story needs to be improved. He does not need to make films as short as Supergirl was, because that's one of the problems I do have. That's
he
just,
also needs to try not to go off what he did for Guardians of the Galaxy, because this film did kind of.
It did kind of feel like
felt very.
it did feel very Guardians of the Galaxy. The film did. That's another thing. The film felt very Guardians of the Galaxy like, and I'm just not a big fan of that. I was low key expecting like to see also a montage in the film with Supergirl like doing some good in Metropolis, because I remember seeing something I think when this movie was in the works or whatever, or like
that would have been a dope ending.
like when leaks were and stuff were like, were going around. I could have sworn I seen a newspaper of Supergirl literally there was a newspaper of Supergirl saving someone's life or something from Earth or whatever. I was assuming I was going to see a montage of some sorts like that. Or at the ending, like the montage would be her literally doing some good, or like they post some pictures on the end credit scenes and they're just like showing all of this stuff, like with her and Superman teaming up, saving a cat from a tree.
Classic.
You know what I'm saying? But I was expecting to see like but they just like ended the film with her and being like, you know what? I'm actually going to stay home. I'm actually going to stay here with you, Clark, and call it a day. Superman did not look very pleased. I mean, at least with the idea that Krypto's going to be staying. He's going to most definitely need to make 24/7, but she might quit. I'm just telling you right now. But other than that, we had a good time watching this film, and you know what? Looks like Spider-Man Brand New Day is next, and I am very excited for that. You guys ready for Spider-Man Brand New Day?
Oh, yeah.
You guys have fun seeing Supergirl?
Yeah.
And that's the end of that, basically. Well, with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on that notification bell, and make sure you guys follow me on all my social media platforms at BALLINAIN'TEZZY on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. I'm D'Anthony.
I'm Jay.
Vic.
And we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Peace.